Yes. Okay. At least we're recording here. All right, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the alaracanfieldshow, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today, my good friend Kristen Numen is with us. We were supposed to be on Thursday, I think, but we moved the date because of the Hurricane Ian. And we are doing the show now. And today we're going to be talking about the spiritual key of divinity. And so some of what we're going to discuss is we're going to learn about your internal key to unlocking your divinity. We're going to learn how to invoke assistance from your spiritual team. We're going to learn how this key transforms your life. We're going to learn how this key transforms those around you and the earth. And we're going to learn about the process of balancing your yin and yang. And we're going to receive a meditative activation from the Angelic Realm. So much, of course, and we're going to be taking live caller questions like we always do as well. And for those of you who don't know Kristen, she's been with us many times, and we love having her on the show. In 2016, she awakened to a higher truth, and she became aware that we have more control over our lives than we are told. And thoughts are things, we create our reality, our inner world creates our outer world. And she started to notice that she could hear, see, feel, and know things beyond her physical senses. She could see and communicate with those that have crossed to the other side, and she started to see and communicate with beings of light. And so Kristen began this journey through a spontaneous awakening, and she continued on this path because of a light, a passion that was ignited within her. So she is also a Kundalini Reiki master and teacher, and she also has the ability to bilocate to other realms and work one-on-one with beings of light. Exciting. Kristen is also able to connect with Gaia, Mother Earth, and elemental beings, and so much more. And so, you know, as many of you have already worked with Kristen this year through our show, you know what a spot-on reader she is as well. She receives these wonderful messages from her guides for you. So we're going to see if we have time to do some ratings as well. So we'll see. So please join me in welcoming Kristen to the show. Kristen, welcome. I kind of put you on the spot there.
Hey, no problem. Hello. Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it. Hi, everyone.
And I hadn't said it, but some of you already know, if you'd like to ask Kristen a question, you can raise your hand or you can type your question in the chat. Okay. So we're going to get started because there's so much to do, so much to talk about, so much to integrate and learn, and, you know, let's get going.
All right.
So let's just start off with, first of all, you know, we're talking about the spiritual key of divinity, right? Mm-hmm. So what is that internal key that unlocks our divinity?
The internal key, and this is the way I work, is everything is channeled. So when I ask my guides, what message do you want to get out there on the Alara show? This is what they told me, the spiritual key of divinity. And I'm like, what's that? And this key of divinity is working and navigating through your chakras. And chakras are also your emotions. Right? This is how we know what our traumas are, those things that we don't want to look at, the shadow side, they call it as well. All of these lessons that we're meant to overcome, this is coming through our chakras, things from past lives, things from past this life, things that are coming up with us. All of those beliefs that we have because of society, friends, family, ancestral, all that kind of stuff is all housed in our chakras. So by working on our shadow side, by looking at all these things that we fear, with that and through that, we unlock our divinity. So I have my tissues here because I was emotional just thinking about it this morning. Those that know me know I'm very passionate about what I do. And this changed my life. Working through my chakras has changed my life. I used to have endometriosis, and I was able to cure that. I was constantly having to go and have procedures done, and was on medication. And I was able to cure that because I was able to move beyond the fear that was housed in my sacral chakra. So really, looking at and writing things down. What is your body telling you? The pains, the ailments, what are your emotions telling you? Your emotions are a tool. It's always nice to feel wonderful and blissful, right? we're meant to feel things. Our body, our being is trying to get our attention and letting us know what it is we need to look at, work through, and learn. And those in turn unlock the keys of divinity as you're going through all of this and emptying out all of that stuff that we don't want to look at. And it allows us to hold more light. And when you hold more light, you're able to hold on more of that divinity, more of your being more in your power, so to speak.
Awesome, thank you. And you know, there's so much that goes on in our chakras, right? There's so much, and yes, we hold a lot of trauma, but we also hold so much magic and so much empowerment and so much possibility for change and growth as well, right?
Yes, yes. And the way that Kristen before her awakening looked at all of this, I was really glass half empty type of person. And through this journey, I've totally changed how Kristen is. I look back at her and even old videos of myself, my throat chakra opened up so much more. It's not as airy. If you look back at videos of yourself from years ago, your actions, the way you spoke, just my confidence is so much different. You can feel it through every fiber of your being. And I feel magical. I feel powerful. It's just the only way that I can describe it. And it is an absolutely wonderful, beautiful way to live, is to unlock that within you and to see just the possibilities and wonder and joy in each and every day. And I just can't stress it enough, by looking at all that stuff, by allowing my emotions to come up. Because a lot of times we're like, no, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to look at that. But by looking at all these things and working through it can be very, very powerful for our growth in so many ways.
I totally agree. And that's the thing, we need to be willing and have the courage to look at our stuff.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of times we push it aside, we don't look at it because it's like, I can't deal with it. But the longer you don't deal with it, the longer it stays, and it starts to affect every area of your life.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Mental health. We talk about so much mental health now. We're made up of these energetic bodies, and the physical being one of them, but the emotional, the mental, the bliss body, all of these bodies are all feeling, all of them are feeling these emotions, and being able to look at that and acknowledge them. What are they trying to tell you and work through? And honestly, it sounds silly, but when something comes up in me, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good, because I don't fear it anymore. I may not feel wonderful feeling those emotions, but the way I'm able to turn that around is, oh, okay, I'm not loving these emotions, but there's something amazing on the other side of it. There's something amazing on the other side of the fear, of the sadness, of the trauma. There's something amazing on the other side. And when you work through that, you just gain you can't help but gain so much confidence and happiness and joy. And it just makes you connect with others at a deeper level as well, being able to see that and honor that in others too.
Absolutely. And that also gives you more awarenesses for yourself and awarenesses for others, but also brings to you more compassion as well, because everybody is going through a different journey, right? Mm-hmm. And we handle things in a different way. So it brings, for me, bringing in compassion and understanding and patience and allowance is key to navigating, especially relationships, but the world, but especially relationships.
Yes. Yes, 100% agree.
Awesome. So just so that everybody knows, I am, not that you guys care because you're here, but I am now streaming live on Facebook. So I got it working, so it's all good now. Yeah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about our spiritual team. So most of us, I think a lot of us know how to invoke our spiritual team, invoking assistance from our spiritual team. But some of us may be like me, who when I was, younger and first started on the path, I never asked for anything. I called them in, experienced the energy, had them be with me, but I never asked for assistance. Mm-hmm. I never asked for messages. I never asked them to do anything. Just be with me. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, that's the main thing. And a lot of people want that. I know I'm going to do a shout out to my mom. She couldn't be on because she doesn't have power still from the storm. So I love you, Mom. And I know my mom who always says, I just want to know that they're with me, have that connection, that interaction, the signs and the synchronicities. So those that know me, again, I am big about your spiritual team. All of this that I'm talking about with the spiritual keys of divinity really unlocks every aspect. Your spiritual gifts come forward, all this kind of stuff, just domino effects into everything and all aspects that you do. So the guides had told me humans like to overthink.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Kristen and I'm an overthinker. Nice to meet you. And my guide said, Kristen, this isn't rocket science. You want to do this? Ask for our help. Now you need to allow it. Don't search for it. You need to allow this to come forward for you. So I'm looking down because I have so many notes on here and just different things that the guides had told me, and I want to make sure I don't miss any of it. But asking the guides for assistance without attachment. Again, it's hard to not search. It's hard to, you know, say you want something and then I'm looking for the cardinal. I asked for a cardinal and I'm looking for it. And it's like, it doesn't have to necessarily be in nature. Maybe you see a cardinal. My mom saw one. She messaged me. She goes, I saw the cardinal on the back of a truck. We were on our way somewhere and it's on the back of the truck. Maybe somebody mentions a cardinal or a team or something like that. It comes in so many different ways. But exactly. That's just what meditation does. Meditation allows you to open your awareness. And what is that? It's just being aware of your surroundings, aware of your human senses, and therefore your psychic senses as well. There's a shift in the energy. I feel that. So when everyone's coming on the Alara show, if you could see me, I kept closing my eyes because I needed to really ground my energy because there's a lot of guides, a lot of your beautiful energies coming forward, and I needed to guide and ground and connect and protect, because protection, of course, is very important in this line of work. But your interactions, reactions, behaviors, triggers, being able to journal, meditate, intention. What is your intention for the day? What do you want to learn today? What do you want to discover today? You need help. Why am I feeling this way? Guides, can you please bring forward the reason why I feel this way? And then someone starts talking about dreams and ancestors and past lives. This isn't even from this life. Are you kidding me? And I've had that. I've had things that triggered me and I realized it is not even from this life that is triggering me. Isn't that the kicker when you're like, oh my gosh? So it really does carry with you, and you're meant now. It's coming through your emotions, through these chakras. What is your body telling you? Where are you feeling this? It's just trying to tell you you're ready to release. And a lot of times when you have those dreams and you wake up, a lot of times your body mind doesn't need to know the exact trauma. Sometimes you do need to know the exact trauma and that will come up. But I've had dreams where I just woke up and I'm touching my face and I'm absolutely bawling. And I'm telling my husband what the dream was and I can't even get it out. I'm just crying so much. But I had one that involved Oprah Winfrey. It's like the craziest stuff that we get. And you're like, there's no way. But being able to journal it and speak it out and be able to talk with like-minded souls, your energies also help one another in huge ways. Understand that you just being you and connecting with like-minded souls has such a huge impact and opens up one another in beautiful and amazing ways. So a lot of times when I'm connecting and I'm having sessions with someone or doing group classes, your energy is helping me just as much as mine is helping yours. That's what this means. I'm putting together things as well, things that have come forward for me too. Okay. So they keep telling me the like-minded individuals being able to discuss on platforms like Alara's show and being able to be around people and discuss these things, mental health, all of this really flows, it really flows together. So really journaling, I like to type things out because I'll write something and won't be able to read what I wrote because I can't write fast enough. So I like to type everything out. So like automatic typing or writing down your thoughts. And then when you wind up reading it back, you notice that you don't remember writing that. I don't remember putting that. Maybe you ask some questions in what you're writing. But also when you get up in the morning, have those intentions for the day. Whether it's a question about how you've been feeling and how you can overcome that, what do I need to see and what do I need to look at? And then people start talking about certain things, like we were talking about dreams. Maybe they're talking about trauma, something that you didn't look at. One of Kristen's things that was a reoccurring pattern is bullying in my life. And there are so many layers. It's not just, okay, I handled the bullying and we're good now. There's so many layers to that, how I'm seen. And I'm on Alara's show. My face is out there. And that's something that Kristen years ago would not ever want, because then people can look at you and make, judgments and all that kind of stuff. That would scare me. It doesn't scare me anymore because I was able to overcome so much. But the self-love aspect of it too, loving yourself is so very important. And that's a big key in unlocking your divinity, because by loving yourself, we're all aspects of God's source, of Gaia, of all of these beings of light. By loving you, it just unlocks more of that doorway for them to come through as well. I really had to learn self-love. And a lot of people had asked me what that even means. Isn't love kind of messy? You love your kids, but sometimes they kind of drive you nuts. Don't your spouses kind of, or friends sometimes drive you nuts, but you love them. So give yourself some slack, give yourself some grace as well, because we're on a journey with ourselves. You can't get away from you, right? So you might as well love who you are, love this temple that you are, love the one you're with. I keep getting that song playing in my head. I can't think of who sings it, but they're playing the song "Love the One You're With" in your head, which you're with
which
yourself.
is you. Yeah.
So being able to love yourself and laugh at yourself, and I do that an awful lot. I can poke fun at myself through my journey, because my husband's like, are you overthinking something? And I'm like, me? No, never. I wouldn't overthink it. So we poke fun at it, and I'm able to see myself more in a lighter way instead of hot and heavy, which in turn helps me during times of life that, like the hurricane, because when we went through Hurricane Irma here 5 years ago, I lost almost 10 pounds out of fear. I couldn't eat. I was absolutely petrified. This was totally different. I felt so very calm, and we were prepared. We did everything we needed to. I checked in with people and family and loved ones, but I'm like, I feel so calm. What a difference. And that's how you know your growth. So look at how, even though you're dealing with something now, maybe if someone is trying to bully me in a sense, it's not, oh, why is this coming back again? It's because we're on this upward spiral. And it's not that I'm down here dealing with that bullying aspect again. I've actually coming from it from a different, higher perspective now. So I'm able to handle it differently, look at it differently, resolve it a lot faster. Maybe not be in that, how we can get in that pit and you say, oh, I should know better. Why did I act that way? Why did I get upset? But you pulled yourself out faster instead of being in that funk longer. So again, give yourself some grace with all of that, because that is growth. And movement to spirit they just get so joyful. Movement to spirit is just so exciting. Having that stagnant energy, that's where you get like in a funk, but movement is good. We may see it as going forward, or, we say, okay, it took 50 steps backwards and like 10 steps forward. But spirit says that that's good, because those trips backwards are lessons that we're learning. And that's a really amazing, beautiful, good thing, because it's movement. And movement is what spirit keeps talking about. Keep moving. You got this. Don't worry about it. You can pull yourself out of it. And you have them there to be able to assist you as well.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And, you know, I just want to add with the self-love piece, if you can't get to self-love, at least get to acceptance.
Yes.
Right. At least get to the point of acceptance, or at least get to neutral. Right. And then work gradually on the self-love piece. But the self-love piece is like, it's vital. You know, you are, you know, like Kristen was saying, you are an aspect of source. You know, if you're not loving yourself, you're not really loving source as fully and as completely as you could, because you are that, right? So if you're not loving yourself, you're not loving source, God, creator, etc. Right? Yeah. So come, you know, at least come to acceptance first, non-judgment, and then eventually grow into the self-love piece for sure. Yeah. Because some people, they have a hard time with love, period, whether it's self-love or any type. Yeah, they just, maybe they haven't experienced it in this lifetime, maybe it was troublesome, maybe like all different things, right? So yes, you know, so at least come to acceptance first. So whew, all right, what's next? It's like you've been like sharing so much already. It's amazing, you know. And yes, wonderful tips, wonderful techniques, wonderful things that we should be keeping in mind every day, which I love. You know, I love that you're sharing all that. Do you want to take some questions in you know, before we move on? Because I know that Sarah has to go. She has some weddings to facilitate today, which is amazing. Awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. So Sarah, you want to unmute yourself? I think
yes. Now you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so happy to see you. Thanks for popping on.
Yeah, well, when I was moved to today, I'm still in my robe. I haven't put on my fancy official clothes yet. Anyway, I just want you to know how much I care for you, and I pray for you and bring you in every morning when I do my healings. So you're just in my thoughts and in my heart a lot.
Oh, thank you.
So with keys today, I'm just wondering if there's a particular key or message that angels are wanting me to know. I feel a little stuck in what I'm doing, but I also know I've got some fear left over from doing this kind of work and being killed for it in past lives. We all have that, right? So I just thought I was supposed to have moved on with getting my book published a few months ago, and things aren't moving on that. Or am I getting a website together to start doing more counseling and healing and spiritual work, as my Jewish work seems to fall away.
Okay.
Actually, lots of weddings today, but not as many as I used to have. So I'm going in this new direction, but it's not going very fast. And a very quick other question, which is my grandson, my daughters are here because my nephew's getting married next week. And he's on the spectrum, and he doesn't attach to many people, but boy, he is really attached to me. And I was just wondering if he and I had a past life together. So that's two questions.
Yeah, two questions. You know what? I'm going to go with the first question because as you were talking, the guides are showing me, it looks like a sliding scale, and I could see, because when you were talking about fear, I can see like in the root and in the sacral chakra there, of course, in the back of the solar plexus. So back, of course, this life in the past, but also past lives as well, which you had mentioned, but they're also showing me in the head. So being so much in the head, and what they're asking you to do is ground. They're like, we know this is very simple, but they're asking you to ground in a sense of, it's not that you're ignoring what you're going through. You're saying, I'm going to put a pin in this. Guides, I'm going to ground, and I'm going to pay attention to Sarah today or this entire weekend. State how long that you're looking to take a break, because your mind is like going, and you need a break. Joy, love, laughter. You're not forgetting all of that. You're putting a pin in it, and then you're going to receive so much clarity throughout that time you're going to get answers before you're even done with. If you say, okay, I'm going to take a time off this weekend from really trying to figure out what about my book, what direction am I going in, how come this, how come that, and I'm going to take a break for 48 hours. And you're going to see that as you're taking this break and you're doing things that bring you joy, that bring laughter, doing hobbies, all that kind of stuff, all of these weddings that you're doing, so much joy and bliss and happiness, and just being so present with that is going to open you up so much.
That's very interesting because I feel like I've given myself permission and I have been doing that. In fact, my daughter's got so much to do, and I think, oh man, I homeschooled my kids and, worked full time and started a school and yada, yada, yada. And now I'm not doing anything. And I feel like I'm just going for my bike rides and my walks. But evidently there's more if
That's what you're meant to do. I needed the entire month of May.
I feel like I've been doing this for a couple of years now, at least.
Just sometimes you have to. And when you look at your astrological chart too, like mine is showing for the next year and a half that I'm supposed to rest a lot more and not supposed to do a lot of forward movement. Once you rest, and we're human, so we want things yesterday, right? I want to do my book last month. I want to do this last month. I want to start moving forward now. Sometimes it's very hard when you want to do and go like you do. The rest part is going to open you up so much more. So then you're not going to have a lot of those roadblocks, because you'll see the flow of how everything just connects together beautifully, because you allowed that bulk of time to rest, ground, and rejuvenate.
Okay,
and
well,
then
I think it's going to end up being about 10 years of this, but I'll just trust that it isn't time for that yet.
And
Well,
then connections are important too.
Well, I'm grounding and, meditating 2 hours a day. I sit on the grass, I hug my redwood trees. I use an infinity symbol to ground with and a pillar of light and the stars. I mean, I really am doing all of that, but it's just not time. So I don't want to take much more time, but I would like to know, does my grandson Levi Fastman and I have a past life thing going on?
Yes, but it feels just so much more. There's so much that you're supposed to learn from one another. And looking through, I keep getting you're looking through his eyes, and he has that connection with you because being that empath, he feels that kind of energy, that openness that comes from you in that heart chakra. It feels like, I think this is hand in hand. I think that's why you asked that question. I think you're supposed to just see life through his eyes, and that's another way of grounding, right? You're being in your emotions and being in yourself, and that childlike, and I know you have so much fun and are just with life and everything, but it's really embodying that and doing new things. And there's something different. Something is different, something that you don't normally do. I know you have your routines. They want to shake up your routines, and kids tend to do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Alara, and blessings.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. Have a great day. Have some fun weddings.
I hope I have no traffic between the two. Thank you.
There you go. Okay, bye. And I just want to add really quickly about past life. Do we have a past life connection? If you're resonating with somebody in this lifetime that you're close to, it might be good, it might be bad, doesn't matter. Yes, you have a past life connection. Everybody that we meet that we have some sort of emotional connection with in this lifetime is somebody from our past life. And all those, they're not like, for example, my husband could have been my brother in a past life, right? My father could have been my mother in a past life. I could have been, somebody else in the same, in different relationships, right? But we all are connected. If there's some sort of emotional trigger or reaction or something happening between you and somebody else, you have a past life connection. I mean, we've had so many past lives. It doesn't mean it was the immediate one beforehand. Right. And some connections, they don't last for a long time. So like before I met my husband, Robert, I had met this guy, and it was for a short period of time, but oh my God, the attraction and the energy and the connection was so strong. It's like, oh my God, it's like, this is definitely a past life connection. And and it was like just for a couple of months, right? And but
Mhm.
that connection, what it showed me was what I was missing in my life and what I needed. It wasn't with him, right?
Mhm.
It was elsewhere. But he just came into the picture for that short period of time to wake me up, you know, to remind me of you know, what I was missing, right?
Yeah.
So not all connections are going to be forever, right? So
Right.
just appreciate whatever you do have with somebody. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I mean, my
Mhm.
first ex-husband, what the heck? I just gotta say, what the heck? But that relationship and everything was the catalyst to my spiritual awakening. So I'm grateful. You know, as horrible as he was, as horrible as that experience was, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it was the catalyst to my spiritual awakening. So I'm grateful for that. Right. And am I still in contact with him now? No, hell no. I don't even know. I don't even know where he is, if he's alive, dead, whatever. I have no idea. Right. But I'm just saying, when you, so just, you know, a blanket statement for everybody. If don't bother asking, do I have a past life connection with that person? Yes, you do. You know, if you want to know more about what that past life connection is, I'm not sure if that's something that Kristen can do on the call today, kind of thing, but you know, yes, you do. So that's just one quick, because I know somebody mentioned something in the comments, and they had a question about somebody. You can answer that yourself later, Kristen, when we get to it. But because Sarah was asking about her grandson, you know, yes, definitely, right? And you know, like some people were closer to than others, you know, so anyway, I'm not going to keep going on about that, but just yes, the answer is yes. And it doesn't matter what the connection was as well. It doesn't matter who you were in your past life with that person. Totally doesn't matter. What matters is who you are now.
Right.
Right? Yes. All right. So Linda, I could go on my soapbox about that, but it's like,
That's great. I loved it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm loving this conversation. It's great. Okay, I was woken up this morning and somebody called me Linda, and I felt like I was going into something. Can the angels tell me what the heck that was? Because I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom.
I'm gonna ask you a question first before Kristen answers. What do you think it was, Linda?
I don't know.
No. You can't say I don't know. So just take a deep breath.
Put your hand over your heart and feel it.
What does it feel like?
Well, I could see this person calling me into something, but I don't know what it was. Honest, I don't. And the past life thing, I had a visitation from my 2 grandchildren 7 years before they arrived on the 2 years before they arrived on the scene, and both of them it was really kind of cool. They said, if your daughter finally gets going, we'll get here. And so they arrived in 2 different parents and 2 days apart. I thought that was so cool.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, Kristen, do her angels have a message for her about what happened this morning? Who was it that was calling her name and calling
And
her
for
to
what
where?
reason? Yeah.
And what reason? Yes. Hold on just a moment.
Were you sleeping, Linda? Is it when you were just waking up?
Yes, I was sleeping. I was just waking up, and I heard them distinctly say Linda, and I'm going, what? What was that about? I don't know.
It's really interesting because when we are in that, they call it hypnagogic state, you know, that in between type of state. And that's really when we can start hearing, because it's all about getting your attention. And I keep hearing, we're here, we're here. So it's a main feeling. Can you be more specific? What they're talking about is you wanting that connection and you having that connection. And it feels like it's shifting in a different way. Okay. So it feels like a way that you normally receive connection from spirit. It feels like, you know how, because I'll say, oh, I'm such an empath, but I do see as well. So it seems like other gifts of yours are going to be strengthening. And it feels like they're getting your attention.
Oh, cool.
It feels like
that
attention.
And that time between sleeping and awaking, or sleeping and waking up, is when they can talk to you the easiest way. Like they can reach you
Yeah.
much more easily than when your mind becomes active during the day, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah,
so
I
and all
maybe,
those-
understand that.
yeah, so
the
maybe they were
brainwave
just,
state.
yeah, so they're just calling you to, you know, say we like Kristen said, we are here, but it's about you then developing that connection. I would start off just by saying, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for calling on me, calling out to me. I really appreciate you being here. And how do we move forward in this connection?
Okay. I like that. I like that thought.
Flat
And
out
the-
asking them, yes.
Plan on asking them? Okay.
Flat out asking them, what would you like me to do with this connection? All that, and allow the answer. Don't search for it, just allow it to come to you, because sometimes it's that day, sometimes it takes a couple of days for another person to come forward and bring that message, that type of thing. But they're just trying to get your attention, because I know the rocket science thinking. What does this mean? And what is this?
Yeah.
And what is that? You know where our mind goes with all that stuff.
Yes. it
And they're
does.
saying, this is simple. We're here and something new is coming. And
Yeah.
allow
And it's a
it, respect
validation
it.
and confirmation that you are connected, because you always wonder about that.
Yes, I do.
Mm.
You're right.
Well, there you go.
I love you both. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda. And lucky you. That's awesome. That's great. So be grateful and ask for more of it.
Yeah.
I'm always grateful. Always.
I know you are. I know you are. Awesome. Thank you, Linda. All right, Manisha, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Manisha.
Hi, Kristen. Hello, Lara. How are you?
Hello. Good.
Kristen, I'd like to ask my divine team if they've got any messages for me. I'm a bit confused with work. I'm an interior designer, interior decorator, but my heart is pulling me towards looking at personal development, you know, with whatever I've gone through in my life. See with my ex-husband, etc. So I don't know, I'm being pulled that way, and I was wondering if my divine team has any clarity.
So just really quickly, Manisha, didn't
Yes.
somebody tell you that you're supposed to write a book?
Yes, the book, yes,
Okay.
but I'm sort of looking at multiple sources of income, but book is one. But also my heart is sort of pulling me towards becoming a coach. So to learn how to.
That's what I was getting. And it's like, I want to pull that out of her, because I want you to be more specific.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's what I was getting.
Yes.
And yeah,
Yes.
okay, perfect. Okay, go ahead,
Yes.
Kristen.
Thank you.
Okay. It's really interesting. And I never write anything down. So I always like to, it's always fun to revalidate, but Lakshmi is very much forward for you right now. So Lakshmi is very much forward. Now I see Shiva and Hanuman as well, because Hanuman's really wanting to work with you about that egoic aspect. Really, again, I think the playfulness, because understand that when you are a part of this group right now, a lot of these messages might resonate with a lot of you. So again, with the playfulness, again, with the lightheartedness and the playfulness, because we like to be like, I need to do this, I have to do that, I want multiple sources of income. What do you like to do? What fills you up and just sparks you and makes your heart sing? It may not seem logical in the human aspect. It is what makes your soul sing. Yes, I feel coaching, because there's an aspect, there's something that you do that you understand people from a different level, from things and experiences that have happened in this lifetime. And you're able to really speak with those people. But I also feel coaching people and working with them to design. There's something with that as well. So I feel like you coach on different levels. That's what that feels like. Because I see creativity in everything within you, and you're sparking that in other people. So I see you coaching people, but in multiple ways.
Okay, I don't know, is there any more sort of clarity on that? So should I
That's when you should get a session with Kristen, so you can get more clarity.
I've had a session with Kristen.
I know.
I also wanted to thank you, Kristen. Today is very auspicious. So Lakshmi would have come, because we're in the 9 days before sort of Diwali. So I knew that Lakshmi would be coming today.
Oh my
If ever
gosh.
I got an opportunity to get,
Awesome.
a message from you today. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I love that. Love that. When you were talking
Yes.
and you had asked, can I get more clarity? They said trust, flat out trust. You trust you. And they're saying, write things down, write it down. And then when you revisit these things and you look at them, and not in that time, you know, when your mind is all over the place, not that time. But when you're just able to be at peace and you're at rest and you're having your cup of tea and you revisit things that you've written down, see how it triggers emotions within you. And ask for that divine inspiration. This lights me up, guys. I ask for that divine inspiration because you have the answers within and they're asking you to trust you, which means training the mind not to spin. It's going to spin. It happens. It does it all the time. It doesn't mean that I've been doing this and Alara's been doing this for so long that, oh yeah, we're perfect and it doesn't spin. No, we need to just be that mindfulness to bring us back to center. So bring yourself back to center and trust. And even saying, I trust. Manisha's having a hard time right now, and I ask for that divine assistance to help calm and bring peace and clarity and grounding. But I trust that everything's working out best case scenario. I trust that this is coming forward for me. So just flat out saying that and calling yourself out on that basically really brings a sense of peace and allow more to come through to you, because I see multiple different things. I see multiple ways of you coaching. And I do
Thank you
see
so
that book,
much.
and they say two
Okay.
books.
Thank you so much. And I also wanted to add, Alara, I had the most amazing personal session with Kristen.
Hmm.
It was
I'm sure you
mindful.
did. Yes, I'm glad.
Thank
Glad
you
to hear
so
that.
much. Thank you. And
Awesome. Thank you, Manisha. All right. So there was a question from Linda, which I really liked in the chat. Do you have a sacred mantra that helps you connect to the angels? See how we, I didn't see that question before when we were talking to Linda, but I said you wanted confirmation and you wanted validation that you were actually connecting, and that's why they came and, you know, called your name, right? And here she's asking,
Yes.
is there a sacred mantra that helps you connect to the angels?
So I have a couple of different things. One that I always say is Om So Hum. Om So Hum. I am that. I
love
am
that
I
one.
am.
I love So Hum.
Om
Yeah.
So Hum. I do love Om Mani Padme Hum. So the jewel within the lotus, that connection in the crown. I actually wear things with intention. So the bracelets that I wear, I put them on, and this one is the Om Mani Padme Hum, and has Buddha on here as well. And when I put it on, I say Om Mani Padme Hum, and I always put them on and wear them in that sense as well. I had an experience with my higher self as a seraphim, and that was an absolutely amazing experience that I'm getting emotional with. And when I call upon them and I say, instead of the seraphim, it's the seraph I am. The seraph I am. I call upon the seraph I am. But I've noticed the transitioning, the changing of how we're always on this roller coaster, right? So our habits, our practices never stay the same. So you never want to get stagnant with them. They always change. And I use more of a shamanic connection now. And I'll say, hey, hey, ho, ho. Hey, hey, ho, ho, I call upon my spirit. Hey, hey, spirit, and bring them forward. And it depends on who I'm working with. But the angels, it's the Om So Hum, or Seraph I Am. And just pulsating that love, and that's how I invoke them. That's their calling card, so to speak. And you can ask, how do I call upon you? How do I work with you? And allow, it's really fun when you look at it from a playing aspect. How do you want me to connect with you? And see what comes forward. Maybe do some channeling for yourself and do automatic writing, or dream work and ask in your dreams, and remembering your dreams, and have that come to you as well. But that's a really awesome question.
Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you, Linda, for asking the question. So there was so the question from Homa in the chat
Mhm.
I've met a colleague some months ago. We had a deep connection from the beginning, but I was so uncomfortable with his presence. We had a past life, but as much as I worked with the challenging feeling, I couldn't heal it. Would you help me with knowing our history in that lifetime, or maybe more lifetimes? And what am I not looking at that makes it challenging? I'm very sorry that we had to let go our separate ways, that we had to go our separate ways.
Yes, those are our greatest. Homa, that's a beautiful question, because our biggest teachers are the biggest triggers. So, okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, because I see the Akashic records coming forward. Okay, they're telling me, can you bring more clarity to that, please? There's a repeating pattern of not seeing eye to eye, opposing opinions, and being very steadfast in your own. This is why it's so true today, because look at the collective consciousness, how a lot of people seem to butt heads with political and all these different things that are going on in the collective consciousness today. It's bubbling up, and that's why this is coming forward in the Akash, in the Akashic records is what they're saying, Homa. So it's seeing there's multiple lifetimes of butting heads, and it feels very raw because you were related. It feels like, is it father, son? No. It's some kind of like grandparent, grandchild. There's some kind of really close connection. And when there was a falling out, it just caused a wound, is what they're talking about. And that wound holds into the chakras, right? And it's carrying across lifetimes. Are you familiar, Homa, with the Hooponopono Prayer? It is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And it's bringing that person into your heart space with the protection of the guides of the highest coming forward. And it's bringing that person into your heart space, and it's giving yourself love because we can really beat ourselves up over things as well, feeling guilty for things, all of that. So doing the prayer for yourself and doing the prayer for the other person as well to help that situation and bring more of a lightness to it. Does that make sense? So I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And really being in that moment and being present with yourself and being present with that person in the heart space to give love and to allow that wound to heal. And notice in the coming days when you do that practice, what bubbles up. So having a journal is very important, because that way you can write down what's bubbling up within you, and it can give you more cues and clues as to what is wanting to be healed. And you'll be able to connect the dots and be like, oh my gosh, that makes sense. That makes sense, I hope.
Awesome, thank you. So let us know how that resonates with you, Homa, and definitely, work with the Hooponopono prayer. It'll help for sure. All right, Ellen, you want to unmute yourself?
Ellen, hi.
Hi. Hi, Kristen.
Hello.
Nice to see you in a good mood. Yeah, I would love to have some encouragement, maybe from the guides. It's two topics. One is about the relationship with my mother. If there's some encouragement, but the other thing is tips with relationships, go forward with other people's closer relationships. I think they belong together, and there's still a lot of hurt in my heart with my mother. Yeah, well, this is just like to put it out and have some encouragement,
Yes, yes, yes.
if there is
Okay,
some.
absolutely. Okay, so the first thing that the guys were talking about, I feel very emotional with this. So, and they're asking me to keep that emotion, because a lot of times we could say, can you step back just a bit? But keeping that emotion, the guys are so proud of your growth. Look at how far you have come in your growth and in your self-confidence, and how you've moved forward is what they're saying, in different ways that would have been way too uncomfortable, that you would not have put yourself in those situations. Does that make sense? Okay. And they're saying, looking at this dynamic between yourself and your mother, can you bring more clarity, please? And they're talking about, there were so many lessons to be learned from this dynamic. Plus there's something, there's another, but they're not, there's another individual that you had some connection with, that there was dynamics there too, but they're not saying who, which I find interesting. They're saying that's not important, but we want to acknowledge this other relationship you had with somebody as well. This is really about your growth. This is really about your growth. I don't know if we've had this conversation before, but they're really, let me bring more clarity, because they're saying something verbatim. I just want to get that clear. Thank you. So, okay, so what they're talking about is, remember, you're not who you once were. So looking at that relationship with love and with grace with you and your mother. And you don't need to take that into other relationships, because you come from now a higher perspective, because there's a lot of viewpoints that are different. And it feels like sometimes it's hard to open up more emotionally, because there's more of like, you loosened a lot of the barrier that you once had. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That guardedness, and that has, that doorway has opened a bit more. So you kind of have it open and close for certain people, is what they're talking about. And they're asking you to give yourself grace, because you're on that path. You're doing it. You're already doing it. That's what they want to reassure you with. You are on that path. Sometimes it feels like we hit a doorway because maybe something has happened and we feel like we've taken those 50 steps backwards. But they're saying, but it's movement. It's not really backwards, it's movement. What grounding do I need to do, and lessons am I learning at this time? And then you're looking at it differently from a new perspective. And you're going to see that person in a different light. And yourself even more as well, because you're very powerful. You have a lot of connections. You've had so much growth, but they're really saying this is about really a lot. This is the deeper layers, and the deeper layers, we feel it a lot more, and we can feel like we've hit more of a wall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So really, so I think today's show is brought to you by having childlike humor and grounding. There's always a theme for like when we connect with everybody. That's really what they're talking about, is doing more of that grounding. Does that make sense? I think I'll message you later, because there's some other things, but it's more private.
Yeah, definitely. That's just, I feel my heart space is going wider, and that is the encouragement on a visceral level, on the in the body, in one layer. Yeah, thank you, Kristen. Fine.
So there's new guides that are forward for you, and they're also in turn helping you with this newer direction. So there's more layers that are, there's more layers that are being removed, which is exciting. So remember that that fear, when we hit that wall, there's something really exciting on the other side of this.
Oh, good news. Yeah.
So giving
wow.
yourself that grace, because you are doing it, and they're just saying it's just more of that grounding and more of the work that you're already doing, that you made the foundation of, continuing doing that. It's just taking, in our human sense, a bit longer, because there's some more lessons that are coming forward from that. But I'll message you because there's something else.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope
You're
it's spreading into the world. And yes, thank you for having me, and thank you, Alara, and thank you everyone here.
Awesome. Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen. Good
Thank
to
you,
see you.
Kristen. Wow. Thank you. So great.
All right, we're gonna go to Lynn. I was gonna add something, but it's not necessary. So we're gonna go to Lynn.
Hi,
Lynn,
can you hear me?
yeah. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, Alara and Kristen. How are you?
Good.
Good. So I was going to ask specific question, but I think I'm just going to ask if there's any messages from my guides, and am I on the right path?
Okay, something specific. Sorry.
And
I like to have something specific.
okay,
because-
that's fine. And is there any message from my daughter?
Daughter, okay. Okay. I have a lot of guides of yours that are coming forward first, and I'm asking your daughter to come forward as well.
Wow.
A lot of angelic presence that are coming forward. Now I see Jesus. He calls himself Yeshua. I don't know if do you call him Yeshua? Because a lot of times when I see him, I call him Jesus, just because of my upbringing as well. But what is your daughter's name?
Dawn.
Dawn. Okay. Are you walking? It's really interesting because spirit connects in many different ways. Sometimes they show me things, tell me things, that type of thing. And I see the ground. She keeps showing me the ground. Can you explain to me why you're showing me the ground? Can you show something else, please? Okay, her message is, Mom, I'm here, but I'm asking her more specifically because she's trying to get your attention. I do see birds, but there's something else. She keeps telling me to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Mom, to the left. Mom, to the left. Sometimes, I don't know if there's a picture to your left right now, but I'm trying to ask her more specifically. Is it peripheral? Oof, this energy. Okay, is it peripheral you're talking about? Yes. She's really wanting to talk about the movement in the peripheral right now. So any kind of movements that you're seeing, and it is quick. What's happening? Is it at night? No, it's in the morning. She's talking about something in the morning. She says, good morning to you too. I don't know if you talk with her in the morning, saying good morning to her, because she's saying good morning to you as well. Do you understand that?
Every morning.
Okay. So she says good morning to you too, because I said, is it something at night? She goes, no, it's the morning. It's the morning. She says good morning to me. She says, Mom, it's a new dawn and it's a new day. It's a new dawn and it's a new day, and breathe it in. She wants to remind you that she is with you through all of your experiences that she experiences as well. So when you say, do you see this? Are you understanding this? Do you see this? She's saying, yes, I do. I'm here and I'm with you. And because you're experiencing it, I'm experiencing it as well. I'm asking her for more. It's so funny because I always say, give me validating evidence. And I've learned all that's off the table when it comes to mediumship, right, Alara? Because they have messages that they want to bring forward and it's in their own way. Can you please bring that back? I don't know why she's showing me sledding. There's some kind of image that I'm not quite understanding. She's very visual.
Yes.
She's very visual. And it's almost cartoony in what she's showing. Like the images look like very cartoony, very bubbly, happy personality.
He's the
and
funniest person I've ever met in my life.
and you're showing me cartoons. Okay. She's showing me the funny section as well of like a newspaper. Okay, let me ask her more specific. Okay. What she's really talking about is she wants you to live with so much joy. She's trying to show, now she shows me birds, but there's other signs that she's giving. And she keeps showing me something shiny. You're showing me something shiny. Can you make it more specific, please? But she's very adamant about you understanding that she's with you, that when you say good morning, she's right with you, wishing you a beautiful day, saying good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she says you ask, and I'm right there, I'm listening. When we search so much, we can't see those signs. She's trying to show you different things. I can see something shiny and I don't understand what she means by that. There's something that's glistening. I don't know if it's like a sun catcher.
What does that mean to Lynn?
Okay. There's a yes,
like a sun catcher, something like that.
There's a wind chime.
Okay. Okay.
My girlfriend bought me, and it says that when the wind blows, you know, I think of her, and it's going right now.
Okay. 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 Is that to your left?
Yes.
To your left.
Yes.
Mom to your left. Mom to your left. That's what she means. That's what she's talking about.
Yes.
Beautiful. Wow. What a strong connection that you have, Lynn, with your daughter, Dawn.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
To say good morning to you every morning, because she hears you. She's with you.
And I have a big tree in front of my bedroom window where I put my makeup on.
Mhm.
And there's birds that just sit there and watch me the whole time.
Those messengers. Yes, that's beautiful. Lynn, thank you. I hope that those words help.
Beautiful.
What a connection that you have with your
Really
daughter,
cool.
right?
Feels great. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm so glad I insisted on something specific.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
good.
so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you so
appreciate
much, Lynn. All right. That was powerful. Wow. And, you know, yeah, I'm with you, Kristen. It's like sometimes that validating information, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, just receive whatever you receive and see what, you know, it means to the person that you're reading for. You just got to go with what comes, right?
Exactly. Yep. I used to try and force it. And that's the biggest thing. When you're on the spiritual journey, don't force anything. Allow it to come through. Because I would try and force with mediumship, and sometimes they want to do it backwards, and their personality, and those are that's the validating evidence that comes through, is their personality, or maybe things that you're doing in life now. That's their validating evidence. So go with the flow with it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to take one more quick question from Trista, because I don't want to forget about the meditation we're going to be doing and the activation as well. So Trista, you want to unmute yourself?
Hi, Trista.
Hi. I mean, if we want to do the meditation, that's okay. I can.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We have time.
So I'm going to try not to cry. But so I've been sharing things about myself, which is very hard for me to do. Like it's been happening more and more. And I just shared something with my little sister, literally when she dropped me off, probably an hour before I got on the call. And I know it's fear, like I know that, but I'm just wanting to double check that it was okay for me to say whatever I said to her, because I'm like, oh no.
So I love you so much, Trista. You know that. When you're talking, I actually see, you know, the red 100% on Facebook that you can click on. That's what they're showing me. They say 100%. And they're asking you, remember, you are so divinely loved. That was your intuition. That was you intuitively speaking that and having that come forward. The next couple of years, your guides are saying, this is going to be very big and moving forward in fear. So for you to ask a question on the Alara show is absolutely, first of all, I want you to sit with that for a moment and be like, yes, because I know you're very private in that sense. So being able to ask a question on the Alara show is beautiful, and that's helping so many people as well, not just yourself.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you, I almost just lowered my hand. I was like, I don't want to.
Aw. Yes, no, yes, no. But you did that intuitively. So 100%, something is going to come of that. More of you coming forward, but the true you. And the true you doesn't always, it's not always the happy, fun, bubbly type of stuff. Sometimes it's, we share our fears and that with our loved ones and our friends and all of these beautiful souls, because there's some kind of advice. There's something that she has in exchange for you as well. Does that make sense? This is the back and forth. This is the more connections you have with those people that you're with each and every day. Right?
Yeah. So
trust that there's a lot coming forward. And I know going through fear and things that scare us, that takes a lot. And this is big growth that's coming forward for you. And I see it for the next couple of years. They actually show me three. So things that are coming forward, and they come forward in layers, but being able to speak with different people and you're speaking your truth, and there's something that's going to come from that exchange in the coming days, it feels like.
well, and when I say this, I mean, I trust my little sister. I love her. She's my little sister, but there's a part of me that's like, can I trust her with what I just told her?
Right.
And it was weird, is I mean, I didn't tell her, like, I mean, I told her major stuff, but there's so much more I could have told her that I haven't. But I'm like, can I trust her on that level yet, if that makes sense? Like,
yes.
I don't know.
And there's a certain learning curve from the other person as well. So different aspects of what I go through in life as well. Like I shared with someone close to me before I came out of that spiritual closet, so to speak, on Facebook 7 years ago, and they were not so supportive at first, and now this person is like my biggest cheerleader, so to speak. So sometimes it takes a moment for them to absorb, but I don't feel it in a negative way. I feel like she's absorbing this, and in the coming days, more is going to come forward for you with that. But that was an important intuitive connection, because you're above everything else. You are such an empath. So you felt that connection, and the blurting out, that using of the throat chakra is really opening a lot more, because your connection has been so on fire lately, right? So on point what's coming through. And that's because you're using your throat chakra more. You're allowing it to come forward. You're speaking your truth more, and you're knowing when to not say anything and knowing what to say something. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So be at peace with that. Feel that in the heart chakra. Remember, go down when you start getting up here, put your hands right over your heart chakra, and they're showing you one of your crystals as well to put over the heart. Do you have a heart stone? Or one that looks like a heart?
I think so. Okay. I mean, I do. I just don't know where it is.
Okay. Because they show me one when I said the hand over the heart. They're showing us a stone that you hold and can put over your heart with it. Just,
Yeah.
Wherever our attention goes, that's where that energy flows, right? They so to speak. So when it gets all up in the head, just dropping right down to the heart chakra, and it's like, I'm doing what I'm divinely supposed to be doing. Trust yourself, because you know. That's why you said it to her, and she was able to receive in that moment.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Trista. All right. Okay, so Kristen, before we talk about do the meditation, let's quickly talk about the package, the special offer.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and type it in the chat. Sometimes if I get kicked out, I'll be right back. But we're going to say no, it's going to be just fine. Okay, awesome. It's like, yes, I'm still here. I'm going to share my screen. This one here. All right, so those of you who know Kristen, you know what the package is going to be, right? It's a 1 hour, 60-minute personal session, reading session with Kristen, as well as a bonus, the 10 Law of Attraction Codes video. So, so Kristen, can you tell the listeners, audience, a little bit more about what they can expect in a personal reading with you?
A personal session is unique to you in that moment in time. So whatever it is that your soul needs is what's going to come forward. Sometimes it's mediumship, sometimes it's life advice, working with the guides, maybe it's activation, sometimes Reiki comes forward. Sometimes it's all of it that comes through. It is specific and uniquely to you, how you can live your best life. That's what I do, is igniting in you so you can live your best, most amazing life, and whatever it is at that moment in time to be able to assist you.
Beautiful. And then the 10 Law of Attraction Codes.
Yes, I did a video exclusively for the Alara show about the 10 Law of Attraction codes, and to be able to ignite within you your own intuitive way of using the Law of Attraction.
Beautiful, awesome. And so Kristen's package is available with 2- and 3-part payment plans. And of course, the 24-hour special gift code, TACS10. Please do take advantage of that. And, you know, you've already heard from many people how amazing she is with her readings. So definitely, if you can book a session, yeah, you won't regret it. You know, just like Sarah has had a reading with Kristen, I think, right? Linda, Manisha has, and Ellen has, and I'm sure there are, you know, other people that I'm not mentioning, but you know, other people have, you know, like praised your sessions. And like I did at the beginning when I had one with Kristen a long time ago. Amazing. It was like, oh, on point. I know, right? It's like time is like so fleeting sometimes. I keep saying I'm going to have another session with Kristen. I'm going to have another session with, and it never, like, just, I get so busy and it doesn't happen. It's like, oh, missing out. I'm missing out. I have FOMO going on here for all you people are going to have readings. I've got FOMO going on, but it's okay. I will deal with it. Manisha says, yes, Kristen's session, most amazing personal session. Yes, absolutely. Good. All right, so we're going to do, so again, Kristen's package is available at alara.at/show/Kristen9, because it was supposed to be in September. So Kristen9. So please do take advantage of the gift code as well, TACS10. And if you need it, there are 2- and 3-part payment plans available. All right, so we are going to do meditation activation. No, Linda, she did not. All right.
I didn't see.
Yeah, that was for me personally, but no, Linda, she did not.
Oh.
All right, so is there anything else we want to talk about first before we go into the meditation or the activation? Anything we missed because we got so caught up with all the readings?
Yes. Okay, so it's funny because I switched the page, and the one thing that is in parentheses are specifically from the guides, to trust in thyself. This is bringing a lot of emotion, because this is exactly what helped me in my life, because I bring this to you because I've lived it. I've worked with my guides to be able to assist me, and I love my life. I'm not perfect, but I do love myself, and it's transformed my life. And you can transform your own, because you all are divine, beautiful beings of source. And
Absolutely.
to trust in thyself and to love
Beautiful.
thyself means to trust spirit and God. To trust you is to trust me, is what they say. To trust you is to trust me.
Mhm.
So open up. This is about, and the meditation will be about, for those that don't know, I have a heart problem. I've had 3 heart surgeries, but my heart chakra is the chakra that opened first, in a big way. I had several angels and Lord Shiva come forward, and I didn't know this. He showed me the stone, but this is Shiva's stone,
Mhm.
with the swirl on it, and he knelt next to me right here, and he put this in my higher heart. So the heart chakra is green. The higher heart chakra can be seen as pink or red. A lot of times I'll see it as like a deeper green, just like a different version of green. There's no other way I can explain it. But this is really about opening up that higher heart chakra, because the earth is transitioning. We're raising our consciousness, and this really wants to open a lot more. So really loving yourself, like attracts like. This is domino effect into absolutely everything else. You want to learn how to channel and be more intuitive? Love yourself. Open up that heart chakra. You want to connect with loved ones on the other side? Open up that heart chakra. You want to, do law of attraction and have these amazing relationships and everything flow into your life? Opening up that heart chakra. So this is huge right now, is that heart chakra. Grounding and self-care. See things with humor. Take a step back and breathe. A lot of times when I'm too much into it, I have to do grounding, and sometimes grounding can take a long time. So in my astrological chart, there's so much in there that states over the next year and a half, I really need to pull back and ground a lot more than I usually do. And I can feel it. I can feel a difference. So when I am around people and I'm humaning, so to speak, I need to come back and be back at my center with myself. But it is not just doing things that I love, my creative aspect, because this journey has also made me more creative. I love to do interior design. My husband comes home and it's nothing if something is moved. He used to be like, wasn't that over there? He doesn't even ask anymore. He's just like, okay, we moved it again today. So he doesn't even ask, but I've just gotten with textures and all these different things. If you see my posts on my personal page, I love going to estate sales and things like that as well. But garden design, painting is going to be a new thing. I might try pottery, but just to get my creative juices flowing, that is grounding, because it's in my body, having this joy and emotion, love and laughter. I got a ping pong set that I can attach to my dining room table. So and I'm like a neat freak. So to have a ping pong go shooting all over the place, because my husband and daughter are, let's just say they can attract trouble sometimes. So let's just hope we keep the windows intact and everything else. But just doing things out of the box like that are fun, that you haven't tried before, being with friends and laughter and love, really allow yourself to open up that much more. And don't be hard on yourself when you think I need to be doing this. A lot of times the grounding, that's going to bring you to where you need to be, because you're getting out of your head. You're getting in your heart space and you're living from this love and this joy. And that brings forward so much, so much.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Yes, trust in yourself is trusting in spirit, right? So the more you can trust in yourself really is a reflection of your trust in spirit as well. And then loving yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself is key, especially right now. We're just going through so much. We have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yes, we have to take a step back and rest. I don't know what that feels like.
Because you're go, go, go.
Go, go, go. But my body will, will eventually be like, okay, enough, take a break, right? But yes, we do need to do that. And creativity. I mean, I love all your posts about all your gardening. I'm not a gardener, I'll be honest, But I love all your posts about gardening. They're so beautiful. It's like, oh my God, she's so talented. And then all those estate finds, it's like that is so much fun that, you know, and you know, that's, for me, it's like, wow, she's having a great time, you know, doing the gardening, doing the landscaping, doing the estate sales stuff, you know. It's like, yeah, I'm seeing all that stuff. It's like, oh, so much fun.
Yes, and thanks to my husband now, you know, talking about relationships as well, through this journey of self-love, he's always been my biggest cheerleader, but this growth in myself brought us together.
Mhm.
So I can be able to listen to him if he says, can you do this? Or did, you know, I'm more receptive, and so is he, because he's waking up in his own way. He's waking up more of, it's not like a spiritual smack in the head awakening. It's more like a trickle. So he's having a trickle of a spiritual awakening. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
that's coming.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think we're now ready for the activation meditation.
Yes.
With the Angelic Realm.
All right.
I'm like sweating now, you know, so the energy is already like, it's
Yes.
like been flowing, and I think just getting ready for the meditation, since I said, okay, we're going to do it soon. It's like the energy is just like, yeah, I'm like,
Here it
wow.
comes, because my hands are clammy. So get in a space that is comfortable. You can leave your camera on, you can turn it off, you can lay down, you can sit up, whatever you intuitively feel, go with that. So being in this space, just take a good breath. And when you take this breath in through the nose, I ask you to let out a sigh. And you're breathing in the divine light. You're just breathing in love. And when you're breathing out all this stuff, any heaviness, breathe it out. Let it go out. In through the nose. Breathe out. Breathe in the light. Breathe out the day. Let it go. Feel it just coming off your shoulders when you breathe out. Now let's just do a check. Starting from your crown, your eyes are soft, not squinched. Your jaw is slightly open and not clenched. Lift your shoulders up and relax them down. Feel the relaxation just go down your arms to your fingertips. Feel your heartbeat. Allow the energy to just go down to your stomach now. No sucking in. It's nice and comfortable and loose, and you're breathing. Feel the relaxation pour down your legs, your knees, down to the tips of your toes. Picturing those two earth star chakras on the bottom of each of your feet, allowing your roots in that earth star to grow deep, deep down into all of these layers of Mother Gaia. Just have them grow your tree, thick roots, little roots going in all directions. Just grow your tree. Gaia, we ask you to please ground and surround everyone in loving light and protection on this call and watching the replay, grounding us and protecting us now and through our days. We invoke any energy that is needed at this time. Your love, we are so grateful. Attention to your crown chakra. God, creator, all that is, it is commanded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all levels and resolve on the history level any waywards, watchers, walk-ins, attachments, anything that does not serve our highest and greatest good now and those watching the replay. We send all up to unconditional love now. Please allow us to be pure, clear channels of light now and throughout our day. 'Tis done, 'tis done, 'tis done. Thank you, show me. Go down into that heart chakra of yours. You can put your hand on your heart and just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Notice that you're pulling out of your body. Pull out, lift out of your body. And the angels are meeting us, but they're wanting to take you to the forest. So as you are floating out, you notice a forest. You might just see one tree, that one tree with an opening. Go towards the tree. You walk down and down, feel the energy, this loving energy from Mother Gaia as you walk down, down, down. And you see lights glimmering, and it's from all of these beautiful crystals, the crystalline pyramids, the crystalline chambers that lie within Mother Earth. As you get to the opening of the doorway to enter into this hollow earth, you're greeted by several guides. Can you see their faces? Maybe a color. Maybe you get a name, or just the feeling that you are so unconditionally loved. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Allow yourself to be guided over to this crystalline bed. So comfortable. Allow yourself to let go of any and all expectations. Whatever comes forward to you in this moment is meant for you. As I do the singing bowl of the heart chakra, light language will come through. The light language is meant to remove what does not serve you. So if any emotions bubble up, honor that. Honor those emotions that come up now. Saivi ashia kiatni se na tiashui na shiakya. Allow any sensations out of your lower back to come out now. The back, the lower back. Allowing the guides now to come close, working more in the heart chakra. Ask your guides in this moment, what do I need to know in this now moment? What is my next step? And they work through your energetic field, clearing any debris that does not serve you in your aura, any emotions that come up. Honor that. That's your message. allowing your guides to lift you off of this chakra bed, this beautiful crystalline bed. Allow yourself to walk back to the doorway, going up the tree, up, up, up. You get back into the space where you see your body. Look at that beautiful soul sitting there. Repeat in your mind, I love myself. I honor myself. I trust myself. I value myself. Love this beautiful being for all she is. Allow yourself to go back in. Taking a good breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Start moving your head, your fingers, your feet, feeling back into your body. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes.
My eyes are not quite ready to be opened.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. Oh my goodness.
So
How's-
funny. How are you feeling?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? I'm still feeling a lot in my just behind my eyes. There seems to be like there's more movement of energy with like behind my eyes, but also like there's a shift in dimensions kind of feeling, you know?
Yes. And it's interesting because when I first sat down and was writing everything and channeling, this morning they said, we're going to Hollow Earth, where I was thinking we were going to the Angelic Realm. And they're like, we're going into Hollow Earth and working with Gaia, working with that heart. So any messages you got, and sometimes the messages are so simple and we can overthink it, right? But allow this energy to be with you, because I use my Reiki in everything that I do, life force energy, Kundalini Reiki. So allow these energies to be with you the next couple of days. So you might feel pulsations. It could feel almost electric. You might sleep hard tonight, or you might be waking up in those woo-woo hours. Sorry to say, sometimes that happens.
I'm still yawning like crazy, so there's
Drink
still
a lot of fluids and
Yeah.
honor your body.
Oh, absolutely, always drink water, walk. I always say go outside if you can for a few minutes, get some fresh air.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, sun if there's still sun out there. Elizabeth says thank you so much. Feel the self-love. Awesome. Ellen says so lovely. Thank you. Linda says I didn't want to come back. Love the self-love as well. Thank you so much. Good. And what messages did you all get? Manisha says, wow, an amazing meditation, a lot of release of negative emotions, lots of beautiful messages. Like I just said, what message? I opened my eyes and wrote down beautiful affirmations and will use daily. Oh, nice. I need to love and honor myself more. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you,
Oh,
Kristen.
I got chills from that, Manisha. Mermaids. Oh, I love that.
Awesome.
I have my Lemurian crystal here too, so that's interesting. You got mermaids. So
Beautiful. Good.
I love that.
And keep receiving, right? So just because we finished the meditation activation now does not mean it's done processing or that you're done receiving, right? So keep receiving. My throat is still off as well, right? So like I'm still feeling a lot of energy in the throat as well, right? So there's still stuff going on. So allow yourself to receive, and at the same time allow yourself to let go of what doesn't serve you. And again, of course, love yourself. Love who you are, love who you're being, love everything about you. Manisha says, my messages were, I am loved, protected. Don't worry. Thank you, Kristen. Good.
Oh, Manisha.
Trista, did you want to add something?
I'm sorry. I have a quick question, if you don't mind. I don't know why this popped in my head, but then I don't mind sharing something. Mine, they said to have fun, which is crazy because today I'm waiting for them to pick me up. They should be here anytime. But I'm gonna go to all the stores and do like decorative Halloween shopping, and then we're gonna watch Hocus Pocus 1 and 2. So yeah, so that'll be fun.
Good.
But if you don't mind if I ask a question, Kristen, I should know this, and I'm like, really? But what does when you wear bracelets, which hand is receiving, which hand's giving?
So you're giving, I'm right-handed. So my giving is my right, my receiving is my left. So I'm giving angelic love to everybody with my right, and Palo Santo. So I'm giving protection and abundance to everyone. So I'm sending that out into the world. And this is what I'm receiving. So I have, my own Mani Padme Hum and all of that when I put them on. So I put everything on with intention. So remember, your giving is your right, your receiving is your left.
Okay. I thought it was the other way around. And so, yeah, with the bracelets. So I don't know why that popped in my head, but.
Good. Awesome. Great question, Krista. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously somebody else needed that question too. So it's good.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. I wanted to add too, please understand that if I didn't grow the way I did, I would not be, because I had circumstances that happened in life where I had when I was in high school, I was in vocal ensemble, and we did, I told my students this, we did singing telegrams. And when I was in the band room, I was also in band. I was everything with music. My band director had given me a tuner, and I took offense to it instead of asking him anything. And ever since that point, I never liked singing in front of anybody. So if I didn't have my own personal growth and my own self-love, I wouldn't be singing on here.
That's
so
true.
That's something that has come through with using the singing bowls, because our chakras, the piano, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, it is our chakras. The colors are our chakras. We have our own song, and singing is huge. So Kristen had to get over herself. So it's getting over ourselves in order to really, if I wasn't this, I wouldn't have met Alara. If I didn't let my weird woo-woo-ness come out, I wouldn't have met all you beautiful souls. So you being you, you're going to attract so much amazingness to your life. So allow yourself to be yourself. Be you, be weird. I made a post on my personal page that says, where are all my weirdos?
I saw that.
And you all said, here I am.
Yeah,
So,
that was cute.
Allow your inner weird. I always say it's weird, but this is living paranormally. This is coming back to our truth. Our truth is the shamans, the druids, all of these beautiful beings that honored the earth and knew how to connect with the stars, with source, with these beings. So it's coming back to that. Allow yourself to come back to you.
Beautiful. Come back to you. Absolutely. Love yourself. Come back to you. Be who you are, without a reservation, without judgment, just be you. So yeah, beautiful. Awesome. I love it. All right. What a powerful call, powerful meditation, powerful readings. Everything was wonderful. So please, if you haven't yet, please do check out Kristen's package, work with her, if you can. You can go to alara.at/show/Kristen9. And you will receive wonderful wisdom, information, energy, etc., whatever it is that you require. That's what you'll get in that call. Okay. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Kristen. I'm so glad we were able to do this today.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, everyone. So thank you. Have a great afternoon, day, evening. We have another show tomorrow. So please, please join us tomorrow as well. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Alara.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.